Good morning. Welcome once again to the Daily Devotionals for Nurses podcast. My name is Tola Olabi. So, previously, we talked about revival. The word for 2025 is revival. And I talked to us about reviving our hearts. I talked about symptoms of a dead heart. And I ended up saying we need to ask God for help. He knows us, right? God knows our infirmities, our weaknesses. God knows how frail we are as human beings. And Romans 8:26 actually tells us, it says, likewise, the Spirit also helps in our weaknesses, for we do not know what we ought, for we do not know what we should pray for as we ought. But the Spirit Himself makes intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. Now, he who searches the hearts knows what the mind of the Spirit is, because he makes intercession for the saints according to the will of God. The Spirit of God helps us. So when we cry out to God, when you call to God, you are acknowledging you don't know all things. You're acknowledging you're wrong. You're acknowledging you're frail. You're acknowledging you're human, but you still cry out to God for help. We just don't learn about revival. We just don't learn about the symptoms of a dead heart, and then we do nothing. The word revival came because the Lord knows that we need revival, each and every one of us. We need revival in our homes, in our personal lives, in every aspect of who we are as human beings, as nurses, as children of the Most High God, as caregivers, as wives, as spouses, as children ourselves, as sisters, as brothers, as community leaders, as workers in God's vineyard, as parents. We all need revival. And as a community, we need revival. So when the Lord gives a word like this, it's a form of intercession, right? It's the Holy Spirit of God actually interceding for us and causing us to come to Him, causing us to reflect on what it means to be revived, causing us to reflect on what it is in our lives that should not be there, causing us to examine deeper the parts of our lives that are not responding to God, because something that is dead does not respond. So it is an act of intercession when the Holy Spirit gives a word and causes us to examine closely the parts of our lives that are not responding to God. And it is up to us to continue to ask God to help us, to continue to say, Lord, help me. Holy Spirit of God, guide me, right? Because Romans 8:27 says, now he who searches the hearts, search my heart, O Lord. Search every part of me. Examine me and help me to perform a self-examination so that I am not walking thinking that I am okay, hiding the symptoms, pretending that all is well. We should all be asking God for help. He has already presented His help to us in the form of this word. but we still need to be asking God to help us. Sometimes when, and even think about it in healthcare, sometimes when a patient presents, you tell them this is what you do, your labs, you do your differential diagnosis and all this, and you present. Sometimes the patient already knows what's wrong, but they have to accept what you are. They have to accept the plan. As a clinician and amputation prevention strategist, they have to accept the plan. And I believe they're coming to me because they need help. Because most times, at least in a certain category, they already know what's happening, but they have to accept the help. And just coming to the clinic or coming to a provider is a cry for help by itself. And so I want to leave you with this. Are you asking for help? As you've been examining, and we will continue to examine, are you asking for help? You have the Holy Spirit of God that can help you. But are you asking? Are you praying to God and saying, help me, Lord? Are you crying out to God and saying, Lord, please help me? You have to ask. We don't force our help on people. No matter how much we diagnose or prescribe, nobody can force you to take the help that you need. So you asking is the first sign that you're ready. You're ready for revival. You're ready to be helped. You're ready for change. You're ready for real change. You're not just wanting to talk about what is happening, but you're ready to go beyond that and actually allow real change to happen. My prayer for you is that real change will happen in your life this year.